Hey everybody, it's your boy AA. Today we're checking out Tiny Rogues. This is a bullet hell roguelite. I'm a bit late to the party for this one, but it has had the Heaven and Hell update. It is a dungeon crawler with a retro aesthetic. I've turned off some of the screen elements, like the screen shaking, the flashbang elements, just anything that is perhaps too jarring for the YouTube format, but what remains is still a pixel art masterpiece. But yeah, this is a pretty fire game. There's tons of weapon progression classes, tens of classes, I believe. But yeah, anyway, there is a run-to-run progression system that will be perhaps better explained by me just getting started and diving in. I've got a bit of experience here, but not too much. Generally speaking, you start off with only the hero class. Although I, in my plethora of experience, have unlocked my personal favorite, the Ranger. There are many more advanced classes, but I particularly like the Ranger, so we're going to be going through as the Ranger today. There is sort of like a progression system going on here. Is it under this one? No, this is class unlocks. Kind of an Isaac-like system, slash insert your favorite roguelike here. There are a lot of things in common there. But that is to say, whoops, it was by clicking on the fire. We've got like a meta progression. This is where the kind of roguelite elements come in from run to run. And yet you can deallocate all of your points and reset through your massive compiled database of knowledge in your head about the game so that you can make each run, rather than just a grind, like a new kind of roguelike experience, as I will voice my snooty opinion about roguelikes and roguelites. But we have slightly improved our luck, and just taken a few other things like lowered enemy health in the first few floors just to make the first few floors a little bit easier for us, you know, improve our progression, and so on and so forth. Still kind of in discovery mode in this game, but yeah, let's go. We're going to be playing as the Ranger, who gets a little bit of a evade skill, and dexterity, which is really like attack speed, as well as a few other things. But I particularly like this. I did, like I said, clear the game and beat death the other night when I played, but we're going really for stats. We've got keys, bombs, you collect souls to slightly improve your character, but you've got 1% more damage dealt, a little bit more equip load capacity if we get some strength, and as you can see, there is, I mean, I don't know, I don't need to explain it. Yeah, it's a very retro aesthetic. At first, I was thinking, like, this is a bit much for my eyes, but everything is very clear on screen in terms of the UI finding information very easily. I mean, we're really not going for strength as a character, but I already have 3 keys because that was my preferred, like, starting loadout, so I guess we'll go for the strength. We can check our stats as we go. We've got 2 strength. What is that? 2% more attack damage or something like that. Okay, we'll go get a little bit of bomb material here. I found it very clear in terms of basically the whole game mechanically is about dodge and aim. And there are certain classes of characters, like right now we've got our short bow, but we can get much better weapons, which hopefully will find something great. Okay, so yeah, we'll keep going for the intelligence. Unfortunately, we haven't really found anything for the dexterity, but this will slightly raise our crit chance, which I guess kind of makes sense for like this ranger slash rogue character. Don't really want to pay tons of health to open up a locked chest. But I do have my vial, and I do believe that'll refill every now and then. Does it? I don't honestly remember between floors. As I mentioned, I will use up a heart open. Grants plus 5 XP, not too bad. We will do that and hopefully level up. Oh, just like apotheosis every single time that we level up. And we get, oh my gosh, a leveling system. Wow, how exciting. Alright, all range damage is always considered to be at close range. Generally speaking, things at close range do more damage, which is pretty good here. Periodically mark the lowest health enemy with Rogue's Mark every 4 seconds. Or on critical hit, inflict fatigue. What does fatigue do? Is a debuff that reduces movement. I kind of like marking. That'll be helpful for boss battles because it improves, our critical hit chance. There's really a lot of text to read. I'm not going to go, like, super big brain. If you guys like this game, go ahead and tell me so that I can come back and replay. And we can have those big brain builds, but yeah, this is a game that I would kind of consider like Brotato from last year. Although, hang on a second. Grants plus 25% reduces weapon damage, so more attack speed. So I guess if we're like marking enemies or something like that. I think I'm content to just stay with my Ranger cap here. I don't want to get cursed, which is basically negative luck. Like, bad luck, that is to say. And what a geeky way to say that. What's wrong with me? Anyway, loving this game, though. Like, instant kind of addiction. I guess the one thing is that I feel like a little bit like I've played this game before. I mean, it did come out in, like, 2022, wasn't it? So I am late to the party, but the new content update, supposedly, based on what I've heard from the other gamers out there, is that this game has, like, hella content now. There's a lot in it. I could play for days. Ooh, look at us with quivers. Excuse me. I just got so emotional there. So we do get more armor. That's good because it'll block a hit. We could repair our armor from floor to floor, but we already have some evade, which is a help. Grants plus 85 to one bow, so we get cold damage from that, or it makes bows drain mana. Profit from stat bonuses from mana. This is actually kind of interesting because then we could like benefit from all kinds of magical things. Because right now we aren't benefiting too particularly much from mana, but cold this is kind of the better immediate one, but this one like could lead to something. So let's take that. I'm willing to benefit from magic. Or the potential of magic later, you know? We're, like, planting seeds, making investments for our, hopefully, like, realizing compounding returns and some other kind of, like, financial, you know, I think that every game is sort of, like, especially roguelites, is sort of like a metaphor. That is to say, for life, you know? Like, you make trade-offs early on in the beginning, and it benefits you later on until you become stupid OP. Now, we have benefited from our incredible luck. I have no money, but honestly, this is kind of like a garbage tier weapon. Oh, look, we got a Gatling gun. Or this is a magical weapon. What else do we have here? A Cupid bow. Charms on hit. Motion but makes target take 20 more. That's a little too specific for me. Repeating crossbow. Okay, so what are these? 2.08 attacks per second. This does 8.32. You know what? I think just I would be mad at myself if I didn't take the Gatling gun. But just this benefit from magic. It does, but I feel as though I would hate myself if I didn't take the Gatling gun. So let's just take this because it'll be kind of cool. Also, I can go ahead and drink my flask right here. We might as well refill our flask because hearts, I was trying to say hearts right there, but I messed up. Hearts are very hard to come by in this game, I have found. At least as far as my character is concerned. I'll take the stats over the keys, because I already got a couple keys. You want to keep going for stats, you know, as you go. Pulling up my stats, we are at 3 and 4 and 3 and just apotheosis again. Don't want to think too much about mana. We want to focus on dexterity as this character. Yeah. She could like, oh wait, we can open up our character panel, so we really have had kind of a regrettably balanced character. Repeat attacks have double the critical hit multiplier. And on dash, so what is a... dash is kind of useful in boss fights. In particular, double critical hit multiplier, though, seems pretty sweet, and since we have so many attacks, like, why not? Because we probably will get a bunch of critical hits as we go anyway, right? And, I mean, we have pretty good I was gonna say health insurance. We do have, I mean, we do honestly have, well, actually, we don't really have very good health insurance. But that being said, we have good... not really anything is good. I've completely lost my train of thought. Anyway, that is to say, it does kind of scratch, like, the big brain intellectual itch. As well as the, just peeing on them at this point. As well as the, do we have boots? We don't have boots or gloves. Thinking of which we can really benefit from more here. I don't know, let's go with some hand coverings. Yeah, why not? We are fighting against the Mole King. Man, this Gatling gun is actually, like, the bomb. How did I get a weapon this good? It's kind of like a placeholder for a weapon that will be good later on, because there are some insane end-of-game weapons that, like, auto-lock onto the enemy. Don't forget, The game isn't usually this easy. I'm just such a great gamer, though. And also, well, more content has been unlocked because of me already clearing the game. Okay, so we've got Assassin's Gloves. Critical hit chance against enemies affected by a damage over time effect. We really aren't inflicting any of those. That's not too good. 20%, this is a helmet, though. Charmed enemies get more damage. No, I don't really like any of these. This is all kind of unfortunate, but I'll take Assassin's Gloves just because I don't have any gloves right now. Unfortunately, we're not benefiting from the magical quiver either because this is a two-handed weapon, the Gatling gun. Which I didn't realize we encountered these things this early, but a lot of the bow class items that we encounter or do appear to be two-handed weapons. Oh, look at me. I am so lithe and mysterious, dodging the attacks. AA, even when you explain things, give your awesome commentary, you are still so good at gaming. Unfortunately, I am not actually streaming right now because I find these types of games frustrating to stream because you always die immediately and you're always looking over at chat. But I just find that it just frustrates me and I get angry and upset and I start to curse at chat and then I get banned from the platform and that's not good for anyone. See, I can't even focus on the enemies in this fight because I'm so busy dodging that I couldn't see anything. It was the lag. The lag killed me. All right, just in terms of design things, why is Tiny Rogues, if you are taking more damage? Alas, all right, at least I do have this vial for health. Gotta be careful here. Now, each... I don't want to get cursed. I don't really have a lot of money, but whatever. I don't have enough to afford anything either. I hate being poor. Alright, I'll take a locked chest then, I suppose. Each area has its own sort of thematic value. Right now, what are we in, like, the snake jungle? You probably noticed that we were in, like, what was it, a graveyard or some sort of generic fantasy kingdom earlier. Upgrade weapons? Oh, we do have enough money to upgrade a weapon now. Gatling gun is, only at level 1 of 3. That might actually be worth it, though the soul heart is very nice. It's exactly what it sounds like, a soul heart. Hang on a second. Alright, I will do a little bit of armor upgrading. The dice is good, but don't I actually have some dice on me right now? I believe I do, so that is amazing. I don't really want any more dice. I'd like some gold. I want to know where the gold at. I want the gold. Give me the gold. Hang on a second. Ah, God. It's rooms like these that just make me lose control. People shooting people all over the place. You know we're going for the stats, baby. God, this Gatling gun is so amazing. Like, you wouldn't think that this game contains guns. Actual... excuse me. Actual firearms. Okay, so again, we have 3 separate things. We have dominance, so this is intelligence, but we aren't even benefiting from that arrow quiver effect anymore. Ailments inflicted by non-crits have 100% increased effect, but we aren't really doing any of that. Range attacks gain plus 100%. So this is the thing we were doing before. Like, you know, if an attack is close range, it's hard to kind of gauge how close range is, though. This is not bad, but I feel like I could do better, so I'm just going to reroll and... draining an accumulated amount of 1 mana, trigger a volley of magical bolts. I don't really think we're even draining... I don't really like any of this. I regret doing what I did in the first place. I'm just going to sort of take this one because it's green, although we don't really have any mana draining items. I guess I'll take the rare item. Not really getting great item luck. We're just relying entirely upon our skill to get through the game. Though honestly, I am kind of lying right now because, ooh... God, I hardly have time to read the goofy boss names. Like, because I'm just so busy dodging the attacks. Now, there are character classes that I think it's better to learn on, like the wizard. Me and my 3 hours of play expertise trying to advise you here. Haven't even gotten to the post-game content yet. But you know I'm a gamer, because I'm already strategizing. Alright, now we need to come to a strategic decision again. Grant 0.25 seconds of invisibility after dash. That's not really a very long time. I don't think that'll be significant. On dropping a bomb, trigger your on defy death effect and your on dash effect. I don't really use bombs in fights that much because I struggle to focus. Grants plus 1% increased damage per gold you've gained this floor, though? This floor, though? I'll take it just because I could probably sell it for some money. But look, when we go down to the next floor, that's going to revert to 0, and we're already dealing plus 15% range damage, so that might as well be like 15% range, so... kind of a horrible item, honestly. I will go ahead and gain favor here. We are going to add another heart to our man. He doesn't even have a name. Robin Hood. I guess he... Whoops, I don't have enough souls. Here we go. We will just attune our items. Attuning items is helpful for some sort of activity that the item... Certain items require... I don't believe it's all items, but some items, I think, require attunement. You see, you can begin to see now here, though, that we have kind of become underpowered a bit. Like, the Gatling gun, great find. Don't get it twisted, don't get me wrong. I'll take the stats again. Oh, ooh, we have gravestones here. Gravestones drop big bombs. Totally lost my train of thought again. Man, that keeps happening. It's going to happen throughout the game. Man, I could tell you about my last run. Ooh, that would be the stuff right there. Basically, I would say that the goal here is to enchant our Gatling gun and get it to level 3. That's going to carry us about through mid-game until we start to find some more of the legendary weapons in late game. The melee weapon is going to be basically useless to us because we're like a ranger class, so I'm going to go ahead and take the, There may be a slightly subtle different name. Somebody's going to have a conniption with me in the comments who plays a lot of tiny rogues. Honestly, look at the comments section because there's going to be enough people telling me, AA, you idiot, you missed like 20 or 30 things in the game. Honestly, they're probably right, so look to the comments for better tips on the game. Unless, of course... For some reason, I've been playing the game for like 5 months from now, in which case look to the future videos, in which case I'm like pro-gaming it by then. Sorry, I know I've said the phrase gamer, like perhaps a cringe-worthy number of times. The fact of the matter is just that I've become more cringe-worthy over the years, and now I'm not as cool as I used to be. I'm 29, I'm leaving my younger days behind. Alright, we are about to be dead. Not okay. Let's go ahead and upgrade our weapon. We've got an event over there. We've got some sort of ranged weapon in there. Do we get our evade back from this? Alright, I would like a better ranged weapon, but let's take an event just for goofs. Yeah, I'll open the coffin. Why not? Protects you once from getting cursed, but breaks in the process. Now, we do have one auto come back from death. I'll take an epic item. We're going up against the gargoyles. The gargoyles aren't so bad, but, you know, famous last words, I'll probably get killed by them anyway with my luck. But I will respawn because, you know, I do get resurrected from the dead once. The truth of the matter is this. I've had to seek out... hang on a moment. How did I survive that? Okay. Wow, that was insanely lucky. Wu-Tang. The fact of the matter is that I have, generally speaking at this time of year, I've found a new roguelike or roguelite that I like. But I just haven't revisited all the ones I wanted to over the last year. So here we are playing this. Diamond armor, plus 3 armor. Jeez, and we do have enough equip loads space in there. That is an epic item. I do believe that's better than rare. Are we on, like, the Fortnite color system here? We may actually be... I'm not gonna lie. You know, I know I say Fortnite and you think I'm a zoomer, but I liked it before everyone... I'm not gonna say that. Anyway, recycles through repeating sequence granting it... cool. So these are, like... this could be somewhat helpful. Wait, don't we have something that gives us, like, on-hit effects? I mean, we are launching a ton of projectiles. Intimidates enemies every 8 seconds, although 3 armor is just so much armor, but we don't do as much damage, and I don't really like that. Tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and take it if I get very unhealthy, you know? Like, right now I'm at 3 health, but I don't really want to have to, like, I don't want to have to keep spending souls on healing myself, so I'm just gonna take this through the next floor. I'll use my armor basically as health here, so that the next floor I can use the extra souls to get more hearts, and then later on I could re-equip my ranger cloak or something else. I do think that the ranger cloak is actually quite a good item. Alright, now after a long-winded, overly belabored explanation of my incredible, epic strategizing, to point to yet another word that is dead to me. Although I am now beginning to notice that we are, like, actually doing rather a lot of weapons. Or a lot of damage. I'm still looking for a good rare weapon. Legendary weapon would be better though, and I'm kind of dependent on the Gatling gun, so I'll take a resin here. Resin is just a generally good thing. I don't know what I'm talking about. It is generally good. You'll just have to trust me there. All right, now we are taking yet more damage, but I'll have to use my heal if stuff really, you know, if the poop really hits the fan. Alright, so gold pine resin, lightning buff and infusion buff that grants 5 to 50 lightning. Amazing. Damage and lasts 10 rooms. I guess that's like for the whole room. I will refill my flask. You know, I might as well take the extra. Good as our healthcare may be, you know, I want to take it wherever I can get it. You know? What with these crazy premiums nowadays? No one even knows who to okay, now on the topic of healthcare. I had a word with my healthcare company and the doc. I had a normal checkup, completely normal a checkup. Nothing wrong with me. But hang on a second, I don't even have time to drink this juice. I'll have to save my healthcare company explanation for a minute. All right, I gotta. Here's my contention. The healthcare company keeps trying to charge the doctor's office, and the doctor's office keeps trying to call the healthcare company, and I'm trapped in the middle. And they don't know who to charge, and I don't want to wind up in the middle of that. Sorry, anytime that health comes up in a game now, I am immediately led back to my own life. Alright, enough of that. We'll just have to leave that a mystery until the next time. Upgrades any weapon by 1 level. Can we do that with our... Oh no, our, non-melee weapons up to level 3. So our Gatling... Oh, whoops, a Gatling gun, that +3 means it's at level 3, I do believe. So we actually are already at top level. I mistakenly thought we had more room. But, you know, that whetstone will be useful for later. Like, you know, a whetstone for... improving the weapon, like sharpening a sword, for example. I'll take a shop here. And we'll find some good other ranged weapon. Excuse me, instrument / magic. Key. Okay, I'll take another intelligence and another strength. That's not too bad. Well, refilling a flask or getting a soul heart. I guess the soul heart will really last for longer, even if we manage to refill somehow. So I'll take that. It only makes sense. Ooh, when you do find the right weapon, and I'm not even going to say that this is the best weapon. Now, we are stuck with a two-handed... See, practically everything we use is two-handed, so our offhand item is basically going to be useless. We can't really use it. See how there's a big X over our quiver, which is the offhand. So I will take body armor here. I mean, my current body armor is... Yeah, it's been useful for what I've wanted it for. It saved me from 2 damage on this floor, but ooh, the Sphinx is actually a rather difficult boss pattern to handle, so I'm going to just focus here for a second, and... Come on. Good. Alright, we've taken down the Sphinx. Not Sphinx! The Sphinx actually has, like, an insane second... Ooh, Jesus. Hang on a second. Really crazy second move. I'm not talking about this one. It is a tricky attack, but man, we're doing a lot of damage. Look at me go. Oh my god. I'm so powerful. Oh, Sacred Elder. What items will we can't really use this. See, wait a second. This is a very confusing. Mana Grant Staff makes bows drain. Why would this give me bow effects, though? Hang on a second. Let me just see if I re-equip my bow. Oh, I stand corrected. Despite the fact that this is two-handed, we could still use a quiver because it is indeed a bow. This is an uncommon. What is this one? This is also uncommon. This isn't really that rare. We're still getting the close range effect. All right, if this is a charm and it just gives me the 0.25 seconds of invincibility after dash, I might take that because we haven't gotten any charms yet, and we basically get 4 free-ish slots. I don't really want to improve my magic find. Some magic find weapons are useful, but I will take an elusive charm. I mean, dash comes up at moments when you need it, and you know, it's like you'll use dash and then you'll bolt into somebody's lightning. So there is that. So, like, that is a factor, fair. I do not like this floor. This floor and me don't get along very well. Now, the fire keeps trying to intimidate me for some reason. I am not intimidated. I could spend 10 souls here to get that other heart back. I'm not going to do it just because I want to save up to buy another heart, you know? Suffer in the short run. Hang on a second. I do not want that weapon out. There we go. Okay, that is a little bit better. But yeah, as you can see, the ocean level is just, like, chock full of projectiles. Ooh, the one disadvantage to this weapon is it doesn't really have very good range. I know it was good for earlier floors, but it's just gotten bigger. Alchemy stash contains multiple potions. Well, multiple is obviously better than one, so it's time to experience the joys of multiple. Oh no, my armor has taken a hit. Now, never mind, like, all the craziness. Ooh, I've taken more hits. Jeez, I'm, like, losing health left and right. You know, the problem is that I glance over at my stats, and then I lose out. Still got enough keys to make all this done. All right, let's go ahead and read up on these potions. It grants stamina potion on, how does a potion grant a potion, I guess? But stamina potion is a potion buff that grants 30% faster stamina recovery rate and lasts 10 rooms. Okay, that's not bad. 10% mana drain. What about Inferno? Okay, so we do fire damage. I just like to kind of chug them all as I have them. Maybe I could be smarter with that, but 10 rooms is a pretty long time. That's at least up to this boss. And we're gonna go against most probably Poseidon here. I'll take more gold. Now, ooh. God, I took another damage there. Yeah, this floor and me do not get together particularly well. We are going to need a decent weapon when we get up to Hell. Hell is coming up next. 5 souls I'll take because that's basically a heart in the future. These sharks, man. Not only are their teeth sharp, but they're also speedy. I'm a shark! That's the sound that they make when they approach. It is jarring and dangerous, but, you know, I am not intimidated. This contains a ranged weapon, but I don't want to be cursed. And I don't even have the curse evasion item. So I won't accept it. Throwing range, burning cross glaive, no harm in trying. We don't have any boots yet, though. And completing combat encounter room without taking damage to gain a stack of momentum. Now, what is momentum? Stackable buff that grants 5% increased movement. So we move faster if we don't take damage room to room, but it kind of desets. I don't really like that. And I'm just not a big fan. Like, because that's when you need the buff the most, you know? Crossbow range, twin shot, crossbow, twin shot. God, I start talking like Sean Connery. Heavy crossbow +1. That sounds like oddly too generic for me, though, you know? This looks kind of cool, but it costs 21 gold. Throwing range, attacks per second 2.16. Let's just give it a shot, because it is enchanted. That's what the burning means at the top, I believe. And I mean, like, anything is better than the short bow right now. Okay, so this is quite a cool thing. It does, like, last out there for a second. Obviously. Let's see what it looks like. I wonder if burning is going to be... Nah, that's terrible. I hate it. Most weapons I just find they're not that good. Hang on a second. Whoops. Accidentally just took it out again. One thing I'm not liking about this Gatling gun... I mean, it's cool. It's a guy with a gun going through a dungeon. Oh my gosh, what if someone made a game called, like, Enter the Dungeon, but with a gun? Sorry, that was the worst joke anyone has ever told. Please forgive me. I don't have enough money. All right, I will just repair the armor. Cool, we get our 3 health back. That's not too bad. The advantage of having armor. I would rather take health than lose it, so I'll do that. You know, I mean, even if I get a couple rewards here, it is worth, like, keeping your health around. I'd like to keep my other life as a spare, in case if I have to fight, or, you know, use it during the boss fight against death. But I find that this game is satisfying for similar reasons to why I find Isaac satisfying, which is that it is just very satisfying to, you know, like, become stupidly overpowered and make the game just a total joke by the end. And I think that is, honestly, for me, the incentive to enjoy the game. I don't enjoy when I still have to try. I know maybe it's, like, noble or something like that. No, it is nobler to suffer. No, I disagree. I like taking a break from real life. You know, I was thinking about this, like, what is the pitch of any game? And, like, most recently, the game that I've gotten into, aside from this, although I do find this game pretty addicting, is Cookie Clicker. And somebody was trying to, like, philosophize about what makes it a fun and addicting experience. And they had kind of, like, God, how have I avoided all of this? It's like the feeling of getting rich, man, you know? The feeling of... And maybe that sounds like kind of... like vain of me, but sure, maybe it's like the idea that happiness or satisfaction here can be simplified and boiled down to like a simple dollar value. You know, becoming overpowered, getting strong, instead of having to work out in a gym, just play this video game. And to me, that is like the appeal of roguelikes. Anyway, philosophy aside now for a little while, that's enough. Alright, so we've got a companion to pick out. Summons a jellyfish companion. Jellyfishing attacks 1 time per second, dealing lightning magic damage. Each jellyfish grants 15% lightning damage. Mana grants extra mana. We really aren't using the mana right now, though. We might end up if we use the quiver. Mana was dealing stat bonuses from mana. Goats. We could get a goat. Now, which one is rare? I guess judging by the rare ones, we should probably want one of the rare ones. The goat deals melee damage. Increased dash length might not necessarily be good for us. You know, we might want a short dash. I feel like lightning is just kind of cool, honestly. And the jellyfish takes up less weight, so maybe that'll leave room for more stuff later on. Let's go and let's have a jellyfish. I'm feeling kind of like SpongeBob-y today. It's a good time. Okay, we have entered the Volcano of Hell. As you know, hell contains lava. Right, we will gain favor here. A favor is odd. It's like sort of a Moses-like journey. We're speaking to a fire here. All right, so obviously we have another heart here. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can just save this up to get a 5th heart. Wouldn't that be crazy? Something like no one has ever done. 5 hearts, AA? That's wild. No one's ever even thought of that before. What a genius you are. I know. But you don't all have to compliment me at once. Hang on a second, I'm really... Jeez. We are not overpowered enough for this floor, in my opinion. Now, like, it does benefit... This is, in particular, one of my least favorite floors. It gets extremely difficult here. And one of the next floors, I do believe it's the death floor that gets really tricky. Okay, finally, some goddamn dexterity. We really haven't found that much of it in this run. Generally speaking, with the ranger, I'm finding, like, more dexterity. Doing better. We're getting a lot of on-hit effects. We should be poisoning our enemies and causing them to bleed. We haven't done any of that right now. But look, we are zappity-zapping our enemies. Wow. That is amazing. I won't say zappity-zap anymore, although I enjoyed it. I wish I could say those types of things and people would still take me seriously. Good, look. Oh, 3% more critical hit chance. Actually, very exciting. God, the other tricky part here is that your own familiars start to look like the thing that you're trying to dodge. You know, like, I'd better dodge that little pink jellyfish in the upper corner. Oh, wait, no, that was my friend. I don't need to dodge my friends. It's okay. These are the perilous decisions. Oh, apotheosis. Another level. On dash, mark the nearest enemy with a Cedix mark. Ooh, heavy draw. Strength also counts toward dexterity. damage scaling from ranged weapons. That's amazing. Okay. Seeing as we've been a pretty balanced character, that's actually great. Okay, now this is no longer, like, redundant. I would have preferred intelligence, but whatever. Alright, I guess we'll take a locked chest. Seems good. Okay, so was that for range scaling? Oh, I didn't actually realize this, that our range scales. I think it does. It appears as though it's getting to a further off part of my screen. By the way, let me know. I'm trying to think if I'll have seen it by the time. Actually, I don't think that there's too many screen effects on here. One thing I will say about this game is if you do pick it up and try it, it's a $10 game. Personally, I think it's worth it. You know, no affiliation. I bought the game. Actually, I did not receive a key to this. I bought the game with my own money. Disclaimer. But what was I going to say? Hang on a second. I forgot what I was saying. After I was bragging about using my own money, my adult money. And it's not cash. I finally got off a credit card now. I'm not using my mom's credit card. I don't have to dig up her pocketbook for everything. God, I must be like the only person who uses pocketbook anymore. Apparently that's like a New York thing. They call it a pocketbook. What I mean is a purse. I'm not saying that I used my mom's purse to buy games, but... Well, wouldn't you if you could? Anyway, burger and dexterity. Here we go, meat shank. What? That sounds kind of dirty. You got a meat shank with his money. That's where his mom's credit card money is going. Spending the money on the game. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that is to say, a lot of you guys seem to find games from this channel that I have enjoyed. And I do hope you have somehow found something at least to enjoy. Because, you know, on the one hand, as much as I like colony builders and stuff like that, there's also another side of my brain that greatly enjoys roguelikes and roguelites. And I know a lot of you guys will watch some of these videos, tune in for a bit, and then you also experience horrible addiction to video games, like me. Honestly, hang on a second. One offhand, gloves. I guess our gloves aren't really that good. We really haven't done too many damage over time effects, so let's see if we can find better gloves. Oh, we're playing against, what is this? Moltres. Yeah, see, our Gatling gun isn't really doing as much damage anymore, man. We gotta get in now? What is that about? Now we gotta dodge this? Oh, and then it? Whatever it is. Puts up like a fire shield there. Oh god, I can't. You have like 1 health left. Every boss has 2 phases in this game, I think. Unless if there are later game bosses that even more phases. We do have a vial here. Which side is gonna... Oh god, now you do 4? The attack patterns... God, you gotta hand it to the dev. The boss battles are really cool. I did take a damage there. Alright, I've got an achievement. Defeat all World 1 Floor 7 bosses. That being said, runs don't really feel so samey from run to run. You know, it does feel like there is, well, a variation. Grants plus 5 intelligence. That's pretty good. Grants plus 15% reduced damage dealt. What? Greed's crown. Oh, grants plus 1. Oh, so basically if you have gold, then it deals more. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense to me. I was like, why would I take an item that reduces the amount of damage? Okay, that makes sense then. I still haven't found like a pawn shop to sell these back at. This is not that bad. Although, do I give up 3 armor for it? 3 armor is pretty good, man. I don't really like any of these more. What about these chain lightnings? Chain lightnings chain 1 additional time as compared with grant 10%. I guess this is better for us slightly because of our jellyfish, assuming that that applies to our jellyfish jelly lightning. I'm going to simply assume that it does. I probably am not going to be able to count up those lightning chains, though, for the life of me. Petrified armor grants plus 1 armor when bombed. I don't really want to lose dexterity, so I'll just bomb this thing, I guess. Keep in mind, we haven't really found a good weapon here. I'm getting a little bit nervous. If we don't manage to do this, we might not be able to slay death. Death isn't that hard if you find an overpowered enough weapon, but I mean, you know, I guess the same could be said of anything. It's just that in my last run, which is so far the only run that I've succeeded in, I found like the most stupidly overpowered bow. Which I do think dominant strategy in this game is just run around the edge of the room and then keep shooting toward the center, which I think is generally speaking kind of like the dungeon crawl strategy. Now don't forget, strength is also contributing to everything here, so this room might just be kind of like doing nothing. I mean, we do benefit from dexterity, but I'll just take the gold. I feel like that's going to be better. I mean, I may need to spend some money now. AA had to spend some money. To save money in the end. Because, you know, otherwise we'd be putting it toward some health. Hang on a second. Although, I will say one thing. You know, it can be rare to find games with pixel art set item stash. I might find the other set for Odin's Gauntlets. Other set item, that is. Although, yeah, see, now I just took some more damage there. Like, I'm not really aiming anymore, and this is growingly problematic. See, okay, I did get dodge there. But I'm just sort of, like, indiscriminately shooting toward the middle of the room because I can't even see enemies on screen. I don't think there's a way to zoom out the camera. I don't believe. I wonder if I get... Nah, I can't really do this for a video. I was going to say I could swap up to, like, a higher resolution or something like that. Meteor Helmet grants +1 mana. Not really going to be useful for us again, unfortunately. Is there any consumable in here? I guess I could use the whetstone on that, but I've kind of wanted to spare that for later. The short bow is all but worthless, though, so we'll save this. Guaranteed 2 soul potions when bombed is pretty good. I'll take that. I'll take that. That's better than $5 in the pocket. After inflation, what with this inflation we've been experiencing. Sorry. You watch these videos to get away from your real-world problems, not have me to... Oh, God, we lost 2 hearts already in this room. It's not even worth it. Not take on my problems. Okay, a ranged weapon. Though the pawn shop. I feel like I would just be better off saving this. Let's go to the pawn shop. We have enough stuff we gotta dump off. Here, alright, this shady man we're going to give all of our stuff to. Good, there is a tavern over there. I can display some of the game elements. I don't like this item. I've already explained why. Maybe you would find some use for it. There are certain items, like there's a literal money gun in the game, which scales up with the amount of money you have. Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, that's crazy. Do we really chain any, like... I kind of want to stick with the ranger class items. I mean, this looks like it would have been a good saxophone. I want to keep my cloak around in case if I find some amazing way of getting health. Although right now the armor is... Actually, this is pretty good armor. I know it's not exactly like the typical ranger item. What the hell? I mean, you know, I gotta make some money at some point. Now, as for the tavern, I will take it just because there's various things we can do in here. Okay, cool. Upgrading weapons and armor, repairing armor would be good. We can get back tons of health here. I will speak with the nurse for some help. This is great. We refuel things. Beer can be really good, but I feel like I would be better off just saving money in case we can get some kind of perma upgrade. We could buy beer and wine and rum, which are helpful, but I kind of like this better. I don't think this item is going to get quite as good as our... Whoops. Crossbow glaive. The Gatling gun is cool, but maybe we're starting to run out of time here. I will just repair my armor, though. Let's hang on to our money. What floor are we on? We're on floor 8. It's already been 36 minutes. Wow, bro. But I will take... Let's go ahead and just take more dexterity here. There's nothing like the joy of just spamming projectiles in these games, even if it is fairly ineffectual and you don't get it to work very well for you. It is still enjoyable just for the pure serotonin released. Oh, is it 20 minutes till dawn, I want to say, was the game that I had played last year or something like that. Okay, charm. So we do have more charm slots or boots. But, you know, we could always use charms. So I'll take it. Oh, no, I don't like this. This is the succubus. You know, it's so rare that anyone says the word succubus in conversation. I do truly hope that I'm saying it right. Otherwise, I'm just pronouncing the name wrong. When I was younger and I had first read it, I thought it was like succubus or something like that. But, like, I thought that it was a mistranslated Pokemon name, you know? But no, I do believe it for no reason in particular, just aside from the fact that I am more experienced in life, you know? More well-read and versed in the English language. I just, man, no, I ran into another one. God, my aim is so bad. I'm just going to look back. Keep in mind, I'm looking at where I'm going and where the dodge is going. You, being a person with 2 eyeballs, could probably direct the one of each eyeball in a different, you know, area. Man, we took a lot of damage there, didn't we? Although, keep in mind, I am a mere mortal man, and tempted as I am, I cannot keep my eyes in 2 places, otherwise I would probably need to see an eye doctor, so I'm trapped. Naturally, there's not much else I can do. I'm just gonna suffer here. I'm not even gonna commentate for the next 30 seconds while I... God, I wish I could see the boss. This is such a better boss battle to have a lock-on weapon with. No. Okay, I've taken, like, just loads of damage in this boss fight simply because my weapon is not auto-locking and I have a very small area. Keep in mind, many of the weapons in this game do auto-lock. The one class that I think I would struggle with would be anything strength-based because the range is just so bad. One reason I like this build in particular. Still kind of struggling with the other builds, to be honest with you, although I have not unlocked all of the content. Alright, so what do we have? We have these rare gloves. Disable your offhand, but your weapon is considered a 2-handed weapon. Honestly, I don't know if this is going to do anything for me because I already do have a 2-handed weapon, and I assume I'm going to get another one. Grants plus 25%, so I'm just, like, reluctant to do that. Plus, I mean, it kind of is an opportunity cost. 25% increased effective buff status effect. Or a free trinket. Grants 25% damage to health to dragons. Unarmed intelligence scaling. I don't know, maybe I'm an idiot for this, but I'm just going to take the dragon one because it's like I've got more trinket slots, you know, I might run out of space. I might find something I really like in the 9th and 10th floors. I do think that this is kind of a duty character, though, and I don't think we're going to win the game. But, you know, if I do, then I will have overcome great adversity. Fortunately, we are better at, like, conserving health this run. I was pretty terrible at it in the last time. We will attune. Alright, what are our stats at? We're regrettably balanced. Look at this, man. I should not have a Gatling gun. I should have, like, some sort of magical bow by now. It seemed like such a blessing at the outset, but now, you see. Maybe it's because his shoes were 2 sizes too small. Who knows what it was, but yeah, I'm just not doing too particularly well. We're going against, like, basically a bunch of Palantirs in this battle. God, we need a better weapon. Something legendary, please. Please. Oh, this room is going to give us plus 3 dexterity, and what do you know? We have only 1 bomb left. I do have a little bit of health left. Let me just take this non-suspicious potion. Just the potion is all it is. Man, these guys have huge shields. I think I'm going to take these things out first. I just want to get rid of this stationary attack before trying to gun it against us. I feel like my head is being bent inside out when I fight against some of these enemies. Bro. Good. Okay, all the mobile people have been taken out. God, it's so hard to keep track. Do they even regenerate their HP? Can you believe it that there is an option in this game to turn off enemy health bars? I was trying to think why anyone would actually want that, besides just like a masochistic challenge to make it more difficult. I guess there's enough YouTubers doing that nowadays. Oh, that'll probably be me in the next video. Potion buff effects are permanent. That is pretty spicy. Your attack speed is always your weapon's base attack speed, but percent modifiers to attack speed instead apply to base weapon damage at 2%. Okay, so basically weapons do a ton more damage. I'm picking up a mana star, 3 So if you have high base, it's arguable whether it's actually going to make us better. I could totally screw myself here. Or modifiers plus 14% and plus 0. So I guess we do what? Like, so basically we're doing like 28% more damage if I'm reading that right, but then we're attacking 14% less frequently, so that is kind of confusing. I think I'm just going to take potion effects are permanent. That way we can go get, ooh, epic weapons. I'd also be using up my last key, so let's go ahead and take an epic weapon. Ooh, an incinerator. This is a melee weapon, probably not going to take that. Dragon Slayer bow. Okay, this is A tier in the different things. Okay, this is actually going to be a decision here. Do we want to take the incinerator gun/ranged? A. The highest tier is S, so this is pretty good. A. This doesn't really scale with your your magical or mana though. Weapon range far, weapon range very far. Very far is good. Dragon Slayer bow is at level 1. The incinerator is also at level 1. The bow will work with our arrows, though, too. This weapon, 100% lucky hit chance against dragons. Man, we're really killing dragons now. 458 to 945 thrusting damage, and 2.28 attacks per second, but this does more attacks per second. Inflicts a stack of Scorch, too, though. Don't we have another item that was inflicting something like that? But we'll also get the... what if we have something else like that here? Oh, the other thing I forgot is anytime I run out of armor, I should probably just take that off and do more damage, right? I should have done that before. Yeah, let's go back to the bow, because the bow... Oh, this is going to do more. Scorch the stack of... though the ailments is also good. Does this thing lock on? You know what, just so that I can use the quiver, let's just get a bow. Maybe I'll regret this later. If I do, so be it. I'll just live with my stupid decision. And it's terrible. It's not like the cool one I found before. Never mind, I'm very sad. Multiple potions. Okay, I will take the potions because I just said the cool thing about potions now, and that's about it. Again, kind of screwed here. That didn't go about as well as I wanted it to, but I am sad. Whoops. I mean, can we try out the bow? Oh, so it does occasionally deal, like... Wait a second, what was that? It just shot out 5 arrows. Trying to tell what status effect that was, though. Just look at it, and I'm not even getting any hits. I'm basically Ash from League of Legends. No, I think I would rather stay with my machine gun. Okay, so basically, potion buffs are permanent, so this is great. We get... Increases damage by 20%. Okay, that's insane. Inferno potion deals fire damage. Anger potion increases attack speed. This is incredible, so we're just getting this for free all the time. Soul Heart would be nice, but I think if we manage to buy something actually useful, that's going to be way better. Inflicting a mark, gain pursuit. We haven't really focused on mark, though. Grants +1 to fire weapon upgrade level. Oh, but we gotta pay souls for that. Oh, I have to pay souls for everything. I don't even have any souls on me. I don't really like this either because I don't want to lose dexterity. Maybe I'll just get cursed for now. Yeah, let's just get cursed. It's alright. I'll take the key. Give me the key. I want the key for something. I'll need it. I'll find a use for it. I should have seen that one coming. I was like standing right in front of that thing. That was not smart of me. I am beginning to grow demoralized. I've not found the weapons I wanted. Although this one is kind of cool, not gonna lie. I know it looks cool to you. But keep in mind, this is coming from a guy who basically had the world's most magical bow in my last run. That's always the pain of YouTube, is I record the wrong run. Alright, I'll take a soul heart now over some resin. Resin could be useful, but... I mean, a soul heart is a soul heart. You know, the evil you know is better than the evil you don't know. Yeah, I know exactly what I'm getting into with this room anyway. After all. These, like, portals into nothing. Okay, good. Phew, sheesh. Yeah, I will take a flask refilling here. I mean, we haven't used up our one life yet either. Hey, that's something. I wasn't paying attention to the icicle barrage. No, I gotta say that potion buff is pretty nasty here. And I mean nasty in a good way. You know, like Gen Z talk. Oh, I almost forgot about the way that Gen Z talks and how I like it. I was sipping on that thick tea, rizzing a yeet, when the other day I downloaded a meme on TikTok. I said it right? Alright, well, whatever. Neither here nor there. Dragon Slayer bow. At least one set item, at least one rare item. I think I'll take the rare item because the set item is not really doing me too many favors. Who are we? Who is it? Like the Heat Miser? No, Arcane Golem. Never mind. What is that? He just sent out like a rupee. This is not Zelda, sir. Oh, okay, I just used up my free life. I'm afraid of the rupees. Hang on a second, I can't even aim at anything. I'm too busy, like, running away from people. I think I'll just aim at him, because I can always kind of tell what part of the room he's in. And I am dead. Ooh. Anyway, I did want to share this game with you. I may not have gotten up to death, but that is to say, you know, I think it was pretty good for a showing off the game run. We got up to the 9th out of the 10th floor, and I get to show some of the progression system. Ooh, very thrilling and exciting. Let me know if you want me to try, like, some special run, or even better, if you have a particular idea for a run. Like, oh, AA, I know this run where you can do, like, all magical, or all... This one in particular is interesting, the cleric Bibles surround him and hit people for damage. Or this guy is a boomerang wanderer. There are also, like, kind of melee-ish classes, or the knight blocks a lot of stuff, so there are particular classes. If there's anything you know, I would love to hear it in a comment. And if you guys like this, I will check this game out again because it is a very fun game to just knock one out in a day. I do like it. I do enjoy playing it. But it does also kind of fall into the category of games that a little bit more fun to play than to watch, I suppose. But hey, I do hope it helped you discover it if you found it. Doubles the health consumption flask. I'll take an extra flask. Anyway, we can reconfigure these runs around. I could sell these all and go up this tree if I wanted to. There are some kind of cool things in here, like what is the ultimate one? Doesn't really mean anything to you right now, nor me. Trust me, some of them are cool. I just haven't found them yet. There was one down here, right? Yeah, okay, cool. Pre-enchanted legendary items. That's pretty good. We didn't find any legendary items this time, but if we had. Anyway, I think that's about it. This has been Tiny Rogues. I do hope you guys check this game out. It's only, I think, what, $9.99 on Steam right now. Very cool game. And I think it deserves a little bit more attention. I'm a bit late to the party. But yeah, anyway. Until next time.